Okay, Coach, we're in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. Because some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like you had green on that play.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a give right side. It's Scott looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
It's taken to the 26. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
180! Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And they get to to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now it's Roethlisberger. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Myles Garrett getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. Touchdown, Cleveland. He returns the punt 64 yards on the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They get the stop defensively, force the punt, and they score without their offense even stepping on the field.
I remember playing on special teams and teasing the guys on offense like, look, you don't even worry about it. You guys just hang out over there. We'll bring this one all the way back and get the points we need. In this case, they actually got that done.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Watch the run, watch the run.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's going to field this at the 4. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Get wide. 49, check 49, check 49. Hey, alert 33. Check nickel.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
20. Here we go. 2 times. Alert. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
On 1st down, Hunt. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to...
Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
The extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On second down, it's Scott. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And the Steelers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Now Scott. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. This is taken to the, and all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle, hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we've put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score 14. Steelers 7. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken in at the 1. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Watch 98 for Mike. Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on. Shift. Watch the shift. Regular.
Mayfield on play action. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Watch 98.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt. And they'll get him down right about the 20. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the left side. Swift. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, alert 3. Switch.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd down now, it's Hunt, and he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup. Because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger, and he finds McDonald. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Like 20. Yeah, I got you.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. On the left side, it's McDonald. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger. There goes a deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Mike 18, Mike 18. I got one.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey. 4 down.
Throwing, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Check. 180. 48 to Mike. Point it right. 99. Check.
On the delay, here's Hunt. And And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 45 on second down, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26.
First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Hey, watch the slant.
On first and 10, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
20. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
They'll try to run with Hunt. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Now third and goal.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is third and goal. Here's Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on third and goal. Let's see what they do on fourth and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on fourth and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth and goal.
Check 24. Check 24. Pistol.
They'll try and run for it. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 39-yard line.
All right, now. Black 80. Check black 21. We go. Block it.
On second down. It's Scott, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
And it's
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Roethlisberger will throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 44-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They go again with Scott. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
King. Watch 98. Watch 98.
Now Mayfield. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
A 1st down throw from Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Mayfield now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
King.
This is Hunt. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6.
The Browns on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6.
Any day. Regular. Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Mayfield to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Here's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
You just watch 88 over there. Just watch 88.
The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Smith-Schuster. A gain of 14. First down, Pittsburgh.
Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. Open man here is Scott, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Roethlisberger throwing complete to McDonald. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
180.
They'll run here with Connor. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Let's go, Spurs.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Bring it. Bring it. Check three. Run. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
On the run, this is Hunt. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, Zoom. Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Not here. Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
SOS. Hey, alert 33.
They run again with Hunt. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more coming.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Check three.
Now Hunt. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, they had that one snipped out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On third down, Hunt. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. To throw on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.